So this is day 9 of my Vipassana meditation, my first Vipassana. Let's move on. Item here, memorable event, I believe, is pounding heartbeat. At one of the morning sittings, I realized that my heart was pounding fast and loud. This has happened in the past when I meditated. But in this case, no matter what I tried, as soon as I got into the meditative state of concentrating, my heart started to pound fast. This lasted the whole 1 hour of sitting, whether I went back from Vipassana to Anapana or not. Anapana, of course, is about the concentrating on breathing. Only way to slow my heart down was to start to think about things, to divert my mind's attention to get out of the meditative state. Concerned about this, I asked the teacher what he might suggest at the break time. By this time, I have asked about the concern of heartbeat that was witnessed a few times in the previous settings without getting any clear answer. Only interpretation was that this is just a symptom of anicca, the impermanence, where the symptom will pass away if left alone. Later, the teacher asked me how my heart situation was and offered an idea that the next time it happens, I might just stop meditating and go for a walk. Funny thing was that after this incident that raised some level of concern in me, the heartbeat became calm without any major noticeable reasons that I can think of. Reflecting this later, I resolved that this heartbeat was one of the block or gross sensation that was later removed by detached observation. If I reflect that moment now, it's very true that I can concentrate with sharp mind. And like I mentioned, that if you go through the scanning, the sensation comes back as if they are happy to be noticed, that I'm paying attention to the body, not just playing in the mind. So heart responded totally and very strong heartbeat. I think what assistant teacher said was that this could be dangerous, therefore just do something else. I think that might be the right decision. Anything too much may not be good. But the other interpretation is my heart was very happy that I paid attention to. But it was so strong. I still remember that. So I got a little scared. Anyway, you cannot retrieve that moment, or if I want to, things start to move on its own. But it's interesting if you can be that focused or pay attention to what is going on internally into your body, you realize so many things that never before I could realize. Let's move on to day 10. The subject here is Sila and compassion. Day 10 actually is the last day. The theory there is that Sila, or in this case, moral conduct, is the way of Sila. I think Sila is the right conduct, whatever that is, not just moral, but it's okay. Sila what's re-emphasized. I thought this very appropriate, especially after the emphasis on sensation, nature's laws, and so forth. We are still human to live in our society. Talk on compassion, followed by Metta meditation. This is about filling the mind and body with thoughts and feelings of goodwill for all beings. Yeah, that's the day 10. So, well, maybe it may be discussed later, so I will hold it up. But the point is that metta doesn't come first. You want to have your mind kind of clear, then have the metta. So it's not just a metta for the sake of metta or anything like that, but you have a calm, quiet mind to process it. So the title here, item here, Sila and compassion. As I reflect back on the energy I felt from the experience since day 8, that might be interpreted as sexual energy accompanied with an animalistic sense of being here and now, although I'm not sure if that's the correct interpretation. It's a sexual energy. Yes, that's certainly is the way I felt. But it also is me listening to the body's ability to be so lively. But again, there may be a balance, like a middle way. So the experience may be seen as nothing to do with human thoughts, logic, and constraints associated with them. Yeah. Rather, it may be seen as the release of binding or blockage that enabled me to directly feel the vibration of the universe or nature as it is. As mentioned before on the snare of Mara, such strong sensation may be taken as something very attractive that we may be easily captured mistakenly. That's very true. It's like a drug, to be careful. I believe this led to the point of having the right view in the Eightfold Path so that we can be wise so as not to cause cravings. Thus, we can avoid potential misunderstanding, which leads to misery for us as well as for others we associate with. That's true. Like Goenka said, that people may come back for the sake of that wonderful sensation as craving, but you have to go beyond. Sila may be seen as Dharma applied in human lives. Dharma is laws of nature, or maybe more than that, but that's the easy way to interpret. The practice of Sila is an integral part of the path of Dharma. Without it, there can be no progress on the path, because the mind will remain too agitated to be able to investigate the reality within. From an individual's understanding of social rules, we are to discover how Sila is tied to Samadhi and Panya, and find the meaning in practicing them for the happiness for all. In this way, Sila helps us to attain an awakened life. If we have wisdom, that's a funny sentence, we have to discover wisdom, but I say if we have wisdom, it is only natural to share the learning with others. This is compassion. Get bliss, give bliss. No self-indulging. It is doing the labor. For example, Mr. Goenka encouraged us to provide the service to Vipassana Center as a form of metta. Receive it at one occasion and pass it to the next, like a generation to generation. As students, we were fed and given shelters in addition to the teaching of Buddha, who did 2,500 years ago, with monks with nothing in return. That's a good sentence, nothing in return. no ego. We are to pass the service to others as well. So all processes that we engage in to promote awakened life and happiness may be seen as the meaning of Sila in a larger sense. Then I sense that from awareness and equanimity come compassion and wisdom. Some memorable events: tears, bliss, and equanimity. I think I know what this is. During Mr. Goenka's final discourse on compassion, twice I felt sensation covering all over my body. Yeah, that was strong. It was a light tingling sensation, shivering feeling that swept through my whole body like a wind, bringing me the sense of bliss. Tears flew or come up as if the spirit in Mr. Goenka touched something in me. The resonance was there because of the vibration that shook up my soul. Then the shivering feeling and tears may be a sensation at the physical level of its own accord. On various occasions, I heard him and his wife chanting something in Hindi or Pali at the end of audio tape sessions. They chanted for several minutes and sound gradually faded away as they might have moved away from the microphone until the sound vanished. I knew that the time would come when I hear them leaving. With the chanting for the last time. Wow. Thinking back, the course was like riding a roller coaster. Many things happened. It was an intense experience. Like living my whole life again from the zero base, with the single purpose of finding the truth and liberation from human misery. As their voice gradually faded away, I remained in awareness and equanimity, facing anicca, the impermanence. Okay, next is the day of departure. After we went out of the hall, kitchen cleanup duty and purifying our mind. It's memorable events. I volunteered to clean up the kitchen. There I remember that. There I found disposable items were nicely segregated in the cans by the category in order to maximize recycling while minimizing the waste. Well, standardized procedures for cooking and organization seem to be practiced. I thought about the difference in practice in our home, where we might throw away much more waste. I also remember the cleaning I did last year in a Japanese Zen temple. There was some spirit in the air generated by the people helping each other for the same purpose. Cleanup has connotation of purifying our mind. More we clean up, more dust and contaminated areas are discovered. I learned in Japan. As much as cooking has to be done continuously, the cleanup process has to continue. There is empowerment, selfless act, and service to others. So here again, the principle of awareness and equanimity was practiced. The hard work we did during this 10-day course makes us feel that we can deal with impurity with a stronger stance and with sound principles. Even though we learn is yet a small glimpse of Buddha's awakening, this is a start. As more blockages will be exposed and removed, we find us more purified and liberated. Wherever we are in this journey, we can come back to this point over and over with strong determination. Every day is a new start. More dust will fall upon us, as well as they may come up from within, as past karma of wrongdoing will need to nullify its power. I recently wrote a book called Mini Company to promote self-management at work. It's the book called The New Shop Floor Management. That was 1992, I believe, 8 years before this. I realized the need to really listen, ultimately feeling the heart always with us. I feel I could sense this, or I should say I directly experienced this sensation in my body almost to the point of constantly being aware of it. We are not just to listen every now and then. We need to be one with the heart while using our brain. I said that. We are not just to listen every now and then. We need to be one with the heart while using our brain. And that's what the Dalai Lama said for my book, Results from the Heart. Use the brain, listen to your heart at the same time, and live with mission. And I'm saying it here. We are not just listen every now and then. Listen to our heart every now and then. We need to be one with the heart while using our brain. We have to gain the harmony in our brain-body-heart system. So that's the day of Vipassana. I don't have much to say, except the last part I'll repeat. We're not just listening every now and then, listening to our heart every now and then. We need to be one with the heart while using our brain. So I knew that at the time, and I lost it. I lost it when I wrote the book, Results from the Heart. But my excuse then was that people may not be able to do listening at the same time, listening to your heart at the same time when you use your brain. But it's just an excuse. And that's what Dalai Lama pointed in his foreword for my book. And I had it in here. This is powerful. I got it at the time. But I couldn't keep up with that. And now I'm really going backward to be at the state. And that's what the impermanence is too. And that's what the human being is too. And I'm not saying I'm complaining, but just realize the fact as a fact. And move on. Really good. So that's day 10, and I have some more about the reflection after the course. Thank you. May all beings be happy. Just listening is not good enough. we need to be one with the heart while using our brain. Obvious. And it's not that easy. I just give you my excuse story. This is Saichi, who is admired of his dedication to Amida Buddha. And he has the poem saying that after the awakening and all that, he appreciates that he has delusion popping up so that he can connect to going to Nirvana. So that's, to me, is very human. But I need not to say that that's the excuse, that you are not trying to be always connected to heart. That's, of course, is the ideal. And I remember and try to practice moving forward. Thank you.